It seems there is no getting away from it. Minis are becoming bigger and bigger, and if that's something you're not a fan of, chances are you're not going to like the latest one. This is the all-new MINI Clubman, and as well as being the second model in Mini's new model offensive, it's also the largest car Mini has ever produced.
At almost 4.3 metres long and 1.8 metres wide, the Clubman is even larger than the Countryman crossover, but the overall gains in size are all part of Mini's plans to help push its models into a more premium market space, where buyers are asking for more space and more practicality without having to sacrifice style. But being a Mini, that's one thing that's guaranteed. Lots of chrome detailing and sharp LED headlights give a more upmarket look than before, while inside you'll now find unique centre console design and plush leather sports seats.
And once inside, you'll notice there is far more space than there was before, and that's thanks to this car being almost an entire foot longer than the previous model. And while the new Clubman may look more of an estate than the previous one, it actually goes up against more conventional hatchbacks such as the Volkswagen Golf and Seat Leon in terms of its proportions.
What remains the Clubman's party piece, however, are the rear barn doors. The split boot can be opened by hand, or if you spec a Mini's comfort access option, a simple wave of your foot under the rear bumper will open the doors automatically. There you'll find 360 litres of storage space, which can be expanded to 1,250 litres of space by folding the rear seats flat. About the same amount of space you'll find in a Volkswagen Golf.
Now, as well as making the Clubman a lot more practical, Mini has also wanted to make this new model a lot more comfortable and refined. They've gone so far as to say this is the most refined model it has ever produced. So how have they gone about that? Well, it's based on the new front-wheel drive architecture, which also underpins the BMW X1 as well as the Mini hatchbacks. But the Clubman has a completely new and unique suspension setup. Immediately it feels a lot more forgiving and a lot more composed than the old model. But as targets go, making it the most comfortable Mini was never a big target in the first place, as they aren't really renowned for their exceptional ride quality. But the question is, has that added layer of refinement came at the expense of just how fun the Clubman is to drive? To an extent it has. Because there is an extra foot of bodywork you're now carrying around, it has lost that initial degree of sharpness over the hatchback. But the only time you're really going to notice that is when you're hurling this car into corners and really attacking the bends. The rest of the time, it still has that classic Mini feel to it. It still feels eager, it still feels energetic. Now, the model we have here is the Coupe S, which uses the same 189 brake horsepower 2-litre turbo from the hatchback. But even in this, which is longer and heavier, it's still properly quick. You'll do 62 miles an hour in just over 7 seconds and top speed of 142. Now, the Clubman is also the first model Mini has offered with an 8-speed automatic gearbox, but we'd probably stick with what we have here, the 6-speed manual, and pocket the cash. But the models people will most likely be buying are the Coupe D and the Coupe SD. Now, in the real world, their performance isn't a million miles away from what the Coupe S is capable of, but for buys of this type of car, both will be able to do significantly more for every litre of fuel, both returning upwards of around 65 miles to the gallon.
So, it's clear the Clubman has grown up in more ways than one. It's more comfortable, more refined and more economical, but more importantly, it's also a lot more practical. The Clubman is only the beginning of Mini's push into a more premium market, and on the evidence here, we have every reason to believe it will succeed. Click on the video windows to view the ultimate Mini track battle, or to see how the Mini Coupe S fared up against the Volkswagen Polo GTI. Click on the play icon to view our latest videos, and on the Auto Express logo to subscribe to our channel.